Welcome to the second portion of the Elimination Chamber Mark Out podcast / YouTube cast / whatever format this ends up being on.
Thanks for listening either way.
Yeah, last night. I'm Bosworth Killingston, and this is Josh Stamos, and we.
They can't see me raise my arms.
No, he did raise his arms though.
I did.
Last night we watched Elimination Chamber, and honestly, it was good.
Loved it.
It was a good overall.
Big theme, I think you're going to hear this a lot today, is, I saw where you were going with that.
Yep.
There was a few things that were disappointing and weren't as good as they could have been, but I liked what they were doing with it.
Yep.
And
it was very obvious they were trying to incorporate a lot more, dare I say, wrestling into matches.
Yeah.
And trying a lot more innovative stuff.
Yeah.
You saw a lot of like TNA circa 2008 throwback, a lot of the four-man suplexes and the top rope German suplex with powerbomb and the Divas match.
Absolutely. New Day getting the all suplex at the same time. That was great. It was awesome. But we can talk about that as we go
here. All right, so
I want to just go like match by match, but then do Cena Owens last because it was great.
That was definitely
perfect. We'll start with the Tag Team Elimination Chamber. Again, New Day retains championship over Lucha Dragons, Kid and Cesaro, Primetime Players, The Dissension, and Los Matadores.
Dissension.
I intentionally said that. They were terrible.
Yeah.
Thoughts? New Day wins.
Okay, New Day winning made sense to me. Absolutely. Yeah,
nowhere else was going.
Yeah, I agree with that. I felt like they did a fairly good job. Like this is the prime example from the entire night of the I see what you're going for.
Yeah.
They tried to create something that was really innovative and unique and didn't quite hit the mark, but you can see what they were shooting for, and it was just, I think, a matter of inexperience on some of the teams or spot calling or whatever to really make it happen the way they wanted it to.
Yeah.
When whichever Matador, I think it was Epico, went
up. It was Kalista.
Oh no, you're right. It was Lucha Dragon.
It was Lucha's.
Yeah, Kalista did his crossbody drop from the top of the cage and missed 3/4 of the guys.
Took forever just swinging there.
Yeah,
too.
It was a little bit of a botched moment. Victor missing that spot off the top of the cell.
I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah. So the first time that New Day dragged Kalisto into the pod by his leg, it was intentional. The second time, it was pretty obvious that it was just a kill time.
Kalisto going, grab my leg, he's not in spot.
Yeah. So, I mean, I liked that they had the Ascension eliminate two teams. I thought that because that was, I think, the first time I've seen them do their double team finisher.
And it looked good.
And it looked good.
And it looked good, finally.
Because they did it well in NXT. They went to Raw, and whether it's because the Raw guys didn't know how to sell it, or whether it's because they were gassed under the bright lights in the big arenas, I don't know. But there was just no impact.
Yeah.
All I could picture was just, like, I think I said this last night too, was just a bunch of plushies pushing each other.
Yeah,
that's how the Ascension feels a lot of the time.
For sure.
Cesaro Kid being eliminated by the Primetime Players. Why?
I have no idea. If
your rivalry is Kid Cesaro and the New Day, why didn't Xavier Woods roll him up? I mean, you could have the Primetime Players as the last team in, sure. But they have no reason, not to say they have no reason to defeat Cesaro. It's, it's a team thing. Yeah. But they've got no story.
They have no story for it. There's no build. There's nothing.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we're looking at this purely as, like, in a wrestling match, you try to pin people, sure, but WWE is all about storytelling. They say that constantly in commentary. So, as far as the story goes, as soon as Cesaro Kid were out, that match was over.
Yeah, for sure
who cares about Primetime Players versus the New Day? And not like either team is bad, because the Primetime Players could be good.
No,
but they haven't had enough airtime. They have no story going currently. I thought they were rivaling until I recently saw them.
Yeah.
Because they were on main event rivaling like last year or something.
And that's the most update we've had on them.
Absolutely.
Forever.
And all of a sudden now they're back in their team and they're winning a bit, I guess. Either way,
no doubt.
There's no story between those two teams, so you killed the momentum of that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to build out of this. I guess we'll see tonight, but I don't know how they're going to build out of that.
Yeah.
I
mean, New Day winning, that makes sense to me. There's no reason they should lose in that kind of situation. If for the story arc to build properly, Cesaro Kid have to have a match against them where they overcome the shticky heel bits and are able to finally put down these these positive goofs. So that's the way it goes. No one else is going to win those titles. It's going to be Cesaro Kid. And it's going to be in a one-on-one tag team match.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
Cesaro Kid looked great in the ring last night, though. That 7 or whatever foot drop kick that Cesaro gave to, I believe, Sin Cara sitting on the top of the... Oh, it might have been one of the Matadors.
I can't remember. It was one of the two, though.
But either way, on the top
awesome.
rope and just a standing drop kick to the face.
Oh, yeah, Cesaro once again proved that he is literally just a beast.
So much. So good.
They were the only tag team I felt in the match that actually felt like a real tag team. Like, everyone else looked like a tag team, but they were doing combination moves. They were working in sequence. Like, the whole match, Cesaro Kid were constantly doing these chain moves together.
Lucha I put in there a little bit.
Fair enough, yeah, they did a lot of high-flying stuff.
They've been looking really good recently.
If any team gets to go up into the title picture next, I think it should be that.
It has to be. I think it's going to be with Cesaro Kid because they have just looked so good in their matches together.
Great chemistry, absolutely.
Been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Moving on?
Yeah, moving on.
We'll go Dallas Neville.
The match was good. I like because it sold Bo Dallas as like a really clever and heel.
Yeah.
I loved where he schoolboy rolled him out of the ring. I love where he like put his head underneath the apron and beat him up. Like I think that was awesome because that just made me think of like old school Edge Cena rivalry. Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's that take any advantage possible even if it seems ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like
For sure.
Pulling the apron over his face and punching him like that makes sense. And you don't see much of that, you know? So they had a really good, interesting moveset combination between the two of them. And, like, it was a total throwback to their NXT rivalry.
Yeah,
And it really felt that way. And my favorite part, actually, just watching it again this morning, there was a point in the match where they talked about how important how cool this night is for NXT. They went, no, we've got Adrian Neville and Bo Dallas, who were both NXT champions. And actually, Neville took the championship from Bo, so maybe that's why he's jealous. And then, and these guys are in the Elimination Chamber. We just saw what happened with Owens. Like, they really made a note of talking about how cool it is that so many NXT guys are focused on.
It's almost like they're branding NXT now, okay?
Absolutely. It's a movement. It's great.
Yeah. It was great.
So the match was great. I really feel like if you're going to... This is going to come up again later in the match card too, but like if you're going to have 3 weeks of someone has an injury that's being exploited, you got to finish that story.
Any story. It was literally any story you don't want to see no end to. It didn't make sense that Neville had the knee injury for so long.
Yep. And then we get to the pay-per-view and it's like, I'm fine.
Good. It's wrapped, but I'm still great.
And I felt like they really missed out on an opportunity to build Bo in this situation.
For sure.
Because if Bo beat Neville and they're both at 100%, that hurts Neville.
Yeah.
Because Neville is this rising star who almost took it to Cena once, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If Neville beats Bo clean, no problem. That doesn't make Bo look good. Which is what happened.
Yeah,
Bo looked like he was a bad guy, but not a threat. Mm-hmm. If Neville was injured and Bo was able to exploit that and win, Neville looks good. And now we have a rivalry. Bo looks clever as hell because he won and looks good.
Yeah,
both of them, no one loses any face. Both of them gain, and then you build toward another great match.
Yeah, absolutely.
But instead, we get like this short story bend. Yeah, it's like no, Kate Neville wins good. Yeah, and I hope they continue it.
I think they'd be crazy not to continue it at least till Money in the Bank, and it's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, put him in a 6-man match. But I mean, I really feel like they really like missed an opportunity to tell a story.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
As you're gonna hear from me in most of these things, I'm not really focused on who I like winning. I'm not really focused on who I think deserves to win. You're not gonna hear me ranting about how Cesaro should be a world champ because he's the best worker. That's not how I look at it because I can't control those aspects, right? I can only review what exists. And what WWE seems to be really focused on right now is telling stories and having them build. And like they've had a really good grip on slow burns lately.
Yeah, they have.
And like so that's what I'm intrigued in. Like I'm a filmmaker and I'm a promoter. So when I look at wrestling, I'm not looking at the guy I like. I'm looking at show me the scope of your entertainment. So I really enjoy the idea of continuity. So when you have someone who's injured for 3 weeks and then gets the pay-per-view and is like, that whole thing we were building where you could beat me when I was hurt, that's a non-issue now for no reason.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to beat you. And that's what happened.
Yep.
I would have loved to see Neville nursing that leg and Bo exploiting the shit out of it.
Yep.
Even if Neville wins.
Yeah, or even if Neville was beating him for most of it, Bo could get 1 or 2 cheap shots in, and on that knee, and then he goes up for his finisher, the Red Falcon Super Sweet, whatever it is.
Yeah, the Red Arrow.
The Red Arrow, yeah. He goes up for that and can't quite hit it, or doesn't hit the mark, or misses, or is too slow.
Tosses him down and cheap roll up pin, for fuck's sake. Whatever.
Super cheap, nothing win. Put his feet up on the ropes if he really wants.
Totally. It works in his gimmick.
Yeah, it would have been great. They could have built off that.
Yep.
Didn't. Too bad. But again, we'll see you on Raw tonight,
Yep.
That's, I think, a big thing is what we're going to have to wait.
Well, I mean, Neville kind of ran the gamut of the mid-card already. He's fought Barrett, he's fought Sheamus, he's fought Cena, he's fought Stardust. Like, he's hit everyone with his finisher and won. What he needs now is a rivalry.
Yeah.
And the perfect rival for him is someone who's at the same level, which would be Bo Dallas, right? That mid-card new guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Where you can show off that Bo is a conniving jerk.
Yeah.
And you can show off that Neville is a babyface who's going to overcome odds.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a perfect build for both of them to look like a bigger deal. And hopefully put them both in mid-card title pictures.
Yeah, for sure.
On
I
the
think
next?
you're correct. Yeah, next one?
Yep.
Cool. I guess we'll do the Bella Page Naomi match.
Okay.
That's what we can talk about.
This match I had more problems with than I think any other match aside from the end of the Elimination Chamber for the IC title, but we'll get to that.
Will we?
We have a match where you have the scrappy, veteran young Paige who is stiff and takes no shit and came back and attacked Naomi and attacked Nikki Bella to prove that she's by herself and doesn't need anyone and she's tough. You have Nikki Bella, the John Cena of the women's division, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
Who's strong and, and fearless and won't take any shit. And then you have Naomi, who's clever and brought Tamina in to help her out in previous, episodes and is a heel and is really exploiting injuries and exploiting ropes and cheating. And none of them did anything that any of their characters would do.
No.
There was it was 3 female wrestlers having a match.
Yep.
It wasn't a face who's strong, a scrappy, diva face, and then an evil conniving heel. No one did anything that sold those concepts.
Not really at all.
You had some cool spots like that German suplex powerbomb corner
which
thing,
was cool.
Awesome.
There was a couple spots where Naomi the one spot where Naomi went for a kick, Bella ducked, Paige wasn't
there.
Quite there.
Yeah.
I totally saw what you guys were trying to do with that match.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I get what you were going for.
Exactly.
It almost seemed like the girls were too worried about hitting their spots, and maybe this is totally just hypothetical, but maybe they watched the Becky Lynch Sasha Banks match from TakeOver and went, fuck, we got to live up to that. There's and it almost felt like they were more worried about doing a really cool match and doing really cool spots than selling a story.
I agree. I think that the NXT Divas division, the NXT Women's Wrestling division, because let's be honest,
absolutely
has put the main roster girls on notice.
Oh, absolutely.
When I think it's funny because every time I've watched a Divas match on a pay-per-view over the past couple months, in my brain I'm completely comparing it to Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, all of the NXT Divas, because the caliber they put out. I mean, they're being trained by Sarah Del Rey, so they've got the best teacher they could possibly have to put on indie style story matches.
And I'm going to say best teacher possible because Bayley and Emma should not be as good as they are. Bayley's great. Emma's getting so much better.
Heel Emma's fantastic.
Evil Emma's great, but she's starting to look better in the ring. So you're right. That division is really...
And I think that's really what separates NXT, and especially when you're looking at things now. I mean, like I'm not gonna rip on Bill DeMott at all because that's for someone else's podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
But even looking at just the change in things, I mean, you have a lot of indie cred guys like your Zayn and Steen.
Yeah.
And Hitami and Balor, and these guys that have previous training. But now that you have Jason Albert or whatever his real name is,
for sure.
And now that he's running and he's head coach, you can see that Japanese style being more. I mean, if you look at Enzo Amore and Big Cass, and you compare them to Sami Zayn or to Kevin Owens, it's dramatically different styles.
Absolutely.
The WWE development style under DeMott was still WWE style, right? It still felt like a Ziggler, or felt like someone who was WWE built.
Yep.
So there was this massive division. Like Ty Dillinger, for example, was from the old guard of training, right? And like he can't hold a candle to what's going on now. I mean, like Tyler Breeze is the best example of someone who kind of took that and became great.
Absolutely.
But now that you have Sarah Del Rey and you have Jason Albert as training, so you have people with indie cred who have world international wrestling cred, you're going to be creating nothing but good, well-rounded wrestlers because you have the WWE story build and you have the international style build.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're going to have an entire roster of ROH indie guys.
Yep, with WWE money.
Right, exactly. So it's a beautiful time right now, and but back to the Divas thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're a little off here.
Yeah, sorry. To digress, you have these great trained divas who, I bet Nikki and Brie and Paige and everyone are sitting there going, okay, well, they're going to be here in a year or 6 months or less, and if they come up doing that. And we're still doing this.
We're done.
We're not going to be around. We're going to be valets again. Like that's not where not that Paige was, but I mean like the Bells, for example. Like they were sure. Right. We don't. Or we're going to keep our spots because the politics of it, or whatever, or because we sell merch. But no one's going to give a shit because they're going to watch Nikki Bella and go, she's the John Cena because I want to watch CM Punk, Charlotte Flair.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're giving me Nikki Bella.
Yep.
Right? And it's gonna ruin them. So, they've got to step up, and you could definitely see them trying to do that. A couple missed spots, whatever, and not the end of the world. But yeah, this match didn't sell me on the story of this triple rivalry.
No, not at all.
It didn't sell me on Naomi being a bad guy.
No.
It didn't sell me on Paige being scrappy. It didn't sell me on Nikki being strong. It was just like a bunch of moves, and then Nikki hit the Bell Buster, and it was not the Bell Buster, the Rack Attack.
Yeah.
And it was done. And then, good spots out there going for, but once again, the story didn't...
Decent match, but if I want to watch good matches, I'll throw on ROH or New Japan or, anything. I'm not going to... Yeah. That was it. Harley brought that up.
Harley's a guy that's going to be on the show at some point, but Harley brought up the comment that, if I want to watch incredible wrestling, I'm going to watch ROH.
Absolutely.
If I want to watch storytelling and a good entertainment build, I'm going to watch WWE.
Yeah.
That's where their skill set is. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, so done with that one, eh?
Yeah.
Bella wins, we're fine with it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was the only one that made sense. Paige winning wouldn't have made sense. Naomi's not ready for that level of attention.
Yeah.
They need to develop the characters in the story more.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if we'd mentioned it yet.
That's fair.
Let's go IC title elimination chamber.
Oh, God. Okay, where to fucking start? Do you want to start here? Because
we just ranted for so long about NXT, we might as well rant about the actual pay-per-view we watched.
Sure.
Because, my God.
You start. I need to have a drink before I get into this.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
You go ahead and you just open on this up.
Okay, IC title elimination chamber for the vacant IC title. We had Sheamus versus Ryback versus Truth versus King Barrett versus Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev.
Oh!
But wait,
no.
He's injured.
Swerve.
And
Special guest appearance.
They were so good at the Swerve this night, especially after the Cena Owens match.
Oh, yeah.
All the false finishes. And you're like, who's it going to be?
No one saw it coming. I didn't see it coming. It blew my mind.
It
blew my mind.
It was going to be the world's strongest athlete. Is that what his name is now? Hall of Pain? Mark Henry. Just... beautiful. What a way to go.
When you have someone come out to the ring as the first entrant, as the surprise entrant, and the crowd collectively is silent, and you hear literally everyone, including the children who haven't seen him in the last year, so they don't know who they are, everyone in the crowd goes, huh. And that's it? Like, that's your reaction? Maybe you could have picked, I don't know, anyone else.
Literally
fucking Billy Gunn could have been the guest.
Like, I would have been stoked to see Billy Gunn.
Sure. He could or Adam Rose or Fandango. I don't give a shit.
Give me Angry Fandango, all in black, sexy salsa dancing down over Mark Henry any day.
Or if this is maybe going a little crazy, stir crazy here, but like an NXT guy. Let's throw Tyler Breeze in the fucking chamber. Let's throw Baron Corbin in a chamber.
Baron Corbin would have been perfect for that. Big guy, simple moveset, would have been eliminated right away,
and
but
at
least he would have been in and out.
You use that airtime for someone that's valuable.
Why did you do the exact same thing with Mark Henry? He wasn't in it very long. He
didn't do much.
He put Ziggler's. Oh no, it was Sheamus. Someone put Ziggler's face through Henry's pod, and he came out. And then I think he did.
Did anyone explain the rules to Mark going in? Like, was anyone like, all right, so when your pod opens, you go. But then the glass got smashed, and he went, "Oh, it's open." Well, no, you like the door.
Yeah, but it's open.
It's open.
Yeah, there's nothing here,
and there's no disqualifications. Well, yeah, but like the rules.
Well, I'm just gonna go.
And then he did.
Yeah, he was getting gas standing, so if he was getting gassed,
he might as well. Timer.
He might as well look like he ran the ropes twice if he's gonna be that gassed.
He walked in like he had like a timer with an oxygen tank. He was like, "Fuck, I've got 4 minutes until I'm too tired to do this. I can't stay in this pod anymore."
I've 4 minutes till I'm too tired, 5 minutes till pod opens.
And the problem is, I got nothing against Mark. I mean, Mark has had a 20-year career.
Yo, absolutely.
Where, he's been relevant many times and beyond when he should have been. I mean, like, his 100%. Hall of Pain run on SmackDown when he was 40 or whatever, was awesome. And he beat the shit out of people. He looked like a monster. Mm-hmm. This is the guy who was sexual chocolate Mark Henry in 1997.
I missed that.
And was around in 95 or 96. So it's like, he's transcended 3 generations of wrestling.
It's crazy.
So high five to you. That's great.
Absolutely.
But when you put, and Kristen made this comment yesterday, when you put a man in the ring who is 40 plus, working with guys who are at the most mid-30s, and you go, run as fast as they are, also you're 100 pounds heavier than them, make it look interesting, go. When he hasn't, been a focus in a year,
doubt. Yeah,
how do you walk in there and go, okay, I'm going to look good tonight? Because you won't. You're screwed from the get-go.
And it's better. Someone Mark Henry's size does not need to be in the Elimination Chamber anymore anyway. We've seen the monster in there, Give me young, talented, good guys. That's why I was excited about Rusev. At least he was kind of Umaga-y in that he can hit good stuff. And
I love Rusev.
Yep. He's great. Yep. So that's enough about Mark Henry being in
it. But Ryback.
Yeah, okay.
Ryback.
Do you want to talk about Sheamus' sweet, sweet heel move first? Because it's at least a bit of a smile on your face.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I love that. I love the refs are all, and we're like, what's going on
here? He can't get out.
Is this a work? Is it? This is so ridiculous. I don't get it. But all right, I guess he's just going to chill in there.
And he just waited.
Until everyone was down, but no one had been pinned. Yeah. That's my favorite. He did not pick his opportune time. He just was being a dick about it.
Yeah, and then he pulls the pin.
Pulls his cross out.
Clever fuck.
Because for some reason on the inside of a door there's a locky. I don't know. Anyway, he had it in there. Yeah. And he pulls it out and it was great.
My favorite thing about his character right now is how much you've got a guy who spent 5 years being a babyface that no one wanted.
Absolutely.
No one,
not even the little kids who he was marketed to.
Right now he looks like Zoidberg with the tentacles and with the spiky head. For 4 years, he spent 4 years being Zoidberg. No one wanted him around. No one cared.
Fine, fuck it, I'll just do it.
Right, and then I love heel Sheamus.
Oh, I'm
not only because he's going back to being brutal. Because I love Sheamus best when he's European and stiff.
And just throwing bro kicks to mouths problem.
I just love how much he fucks with the audience now. And him having the catchphrase, "Are you not entertained?"
So good.
Is my favorite thing aspect of his character right now.
I love him. He's wonderful.
It's fantastic.
Sheamus is great.
Yeah, so that heel spot was a good that's how you build a story. That's a moment where it's a little thing, but it's like, Sheamus is clever and a snarky bastard.
You son of a gun.
Exactly. And that, that makes me care about whether he wins or loses.
Absolutely.
Because I know that if he wins, he's going to do shit like that holding a title. And that's going to make title matches interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to do stuff like that until he gets the title, too. I'm actually looking forward to a Sheamus match.
Absolutely. Because he's a character.
Yep.
And that's, I think, a big problem they have with a lot of their roster is they don't let characters they don't let the story unfold in the ring.
No, not at all.
They try to just do it in promos and then have a match.
Yeah.
And you can if that's your story. When you give us stuff like the Shawn Michaels Undertaker WrestleMania matches into the Triple H Undertaker wrestling matches into the Hell in a Cell end of an era match, when you give us a 5-year story build that literally arcs over 5 years and is massive character development and creation, you give us that, and then you expect us just to go, Rusev doesn't like Dolph Ziggler, and they're gonna have a match, but in the match they're not gonna talk about it. It's sort of like you You get in a fight with a guy on Facebook over some stupid thing, and then you go to work and you're like, "How was your weekend?" "Oh, that's good." And you're just like, it's not even relevant.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. That's not what I want. I want to see them not like each other, and in the ring, I want to see Rusev's face go, I hate this guy.
Yeah,
Lana's
absolutely.
mine. You're a jerk.
Yep.
Like, and they've been doing that great.
And they've been doing it great recently. They've been doing it so good, which leads me into the ending of the IC title elimination chamber.
So you know how I just spent a couple minutes talking about a character who does a whole bunch of development every match,
Yep.
and is interesting,
Yep.
and came back fresh and unique,
Yeah.
and his moveset is fun, and
100%.
he's stiff, and you're looking forward to a Sheamus match,
Hey.
right?
Yeah, I am.
So the opposite, the kryptonite to that, the anti-Superman to that concept, is Ryback.
Ryback.
Regardless of, what I've heard friends of mine say in that he's gotten better, it's like the Reigns thing, right? For 4 months I went, Reigns sucks, I hate him.
Yeah.
And then he had the Fastlane match, and I went, oh, you can have a good match.
Yeah.
Oh,
the one against Daniel Bryan.
Right.
Yeah.
We've toned down your character a bit, so you're not Superman.
Yeah.
You're just a really tough guy, which you are, so kayfabe-wise it
Absolutely,
makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. Look at him.
But we toned you down. You're not force feeding us Roman Reigns. You're giving us Roman Reigns, which is fine.
It's great.
Ryback, I want to give the same chance to, but there's been literally 2 matches I've seen him in ever that I went, ooh, there's something here.
Yeah.
And they dropped it. And that's, once again, we were talking about, I see what you're going for, and the whole, dropping a story midway through, was the Ryback thing. Ryback's match with Wyatt last month was probably the best Ryback match I've ever seen.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. I was hoping they were going to take that for a while.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't care if you can say that Wyatt carried him or whatever, but the point is, take 2 to tango. You can't have a match with one guy who sucks and one who's good. There's a balance, right?
For sure.
Ryback
100%.
did his part and made that match good. And when Wyatt did that senton and injured Ryback, he played that up for the rest of the match. I went, oh man,
great.
Cracking the armor.
Yeah, for
Ryback, who is this one-dimensional thug, big guy, I'm strong. Who's
80s
literally
cartoon.
called the big guy. Okay, that's how complicated his character is.
He's got it on his belt in case he forgets.
I don't know what else to say about that.
I know, right?
That's it, right? So he's the most one-dimensional character in that entire situation, next to Mark Henry, who wasn't supposed to be there, so fine. But you give him the title, and like I said, I've seen 2 matches where I cared about him, and that was against Wyatt, and then on Raw he fought Barrett, and sold the injury again. And Barrett almost won.
It was great.
And it was great.
That match was awesome. It was.
Because I went for the first time, I went, oh man, I'd like to see Ryback overcome this injury. I'd like to see him get beat down and have to find the secret and get all the positive energies that he eats up and turns into strength and overcome this obstacle. Fine.
Would have been
we get
awesome.
to Elimination Chamber, he's not injured.
No, I don't even think he was taped up in Elimination Chamber.
You spend 2 or 3 weeks building this idea that's like, oh man, ribs screwed, sucks, he can't breathe, he's gassed more than usual, this sucks. And we get to the big match that we're building toward where it's like, oh, I sure hope he isn't injured for this match. And it's like, I'm not, we're cool. All that TV time of me being hurt, we're good. We're good. We're fine. It's good. So
I took a Z-Pack. It's fine.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So Ryback winning, I don't understand why that's a thing. I think that's dumb. And my problem is, once again, story build. What do you do with Ryback in a rivalry? He's a big guy. So what do you do? It's like, okay, well, Sheamus versus Ryback. The rivalry is Sheamus is sneaky and really strong, and Ryback is strong and really strong.
Yeah.
Where's the story? What Sheamus goes, I'm going to beat you, and Ryback goes, well, I don't appreciate you saying that, but I'm going to turn that negative energy that you saying that and turn it into me beating you.
What if you put him with Bo Dallas?
That would be a 4-minute rivalry. Because they haven't built Bo to be a competitor. They built him to be a heel and a bad guy and sneaky, but they haven't shown that. If he can't beat Neville, who's his size, there's no way.
I think if they would have stuck with Ryback being injured, they could have put him with Bo Dallas. I think those 2 characters would have been great.
Yep.
Ryback being the face who's over Dallas, thinking he's the face who's over.
Yep.
I don't know.
Oh no! If you had Ryback still injured. And you could have him fighting Sheamus or Barrett or anyone.
I
because
it would have been fine if he would have overcame everything and overcame his injury to win last night.
That would have been fine. If they had sold that injury. Because then you go into Raw tonight, or Raw going on, or the pay-per-views coming on, and it's like, Ryback, not at 100%, is a fighting champ. You know why that would make sense? Because Daniel Bryan, who was not at 100%, was a fighting champ.
Absolutely.
So you're continuing that legacy.
Yep.
Which would make people give a shit about Ryback more.
For sure.
It would sell me. If it was like, no, I'm Ryback, I've got a broken rib, but I have this title, and I'll take on all comers. And if every day it's like Dallas kicking him in the chest, and him somehow like being able to overcome it, I care.
Yep,
you made me care about Ryback, because now
sure.
it's not, I'm really big and unbeatable, it's, I'm really big and injured.
Yeah.
And if I was 100%, I'm unbeatable. But right now I'm not.
Yeah.
So you have him fight mid-card, you know, like whatever, small rivalries until like Wyatt goes, yeah, I'm going to kick your ass again, or whatever, or whoever.
Sure. Yeah.
And you have Wyatt take him down, exploit that injury. And then you get to your big match at the pay-per-view, and it's like, Ryback comes out and he's like, guess what? I'm fine now. Yeah. And then Ryback beats the shit out of whoever, and I go, retribution. Sweet.
Beautiful.
Beautiful story.
Would
right?
be great.
Anyway, so I'm not looking for, I'm hopeful.
I'm really hope because the product's been so good recently. I'm hoping it continues that trend. But
well, I heard that Jesse, what the hell's his name? Jimmy Jacobs from ROH is on creative now.
Oh, really?
And he was
there you go.
He was like Second City Saint era CM Punk stuff. Like he was,
sure.
And he's a great mind. So I've heard that that's been part of the creative shift lately. Is he's got a
great.
He's
whatever they're doing.
That's unconfirmed.
Yeah.
Shit, I broke the rules. Either way, we won't be talking about rumors on the show except for that one.
Nope, except for that one.
But I'm going to confirm that for the next one.
Yeah, please do.
Or apologize because it's not.
Or apologize because it's not. One of the two. All right, enough of that one.
Yeah, moving on.
Ambrose Rollins.
I loved it.
Loved it. Great.
It was good. It showed that Ambrose could hang.
Yep.
It showed that. I love the fact that you didn't have J&J and Kane interference much.
Yeah,
until the end.
It was good.
I really enjoyed it because I mean that's always the buzzkill with anything.
Yeah.
Like I mean I understand the heel thing, but like when you get to the big match, I want to see a match.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you can have your heel shtick at the end. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can have the interference. That's great. But
it was wonderful. I loved it. I loved Reigns coming. I love the Ambrose Reigns buddy thing.
I think it's great. It's a little cheesy, but I'll take it.
It's a little cheesy, but wrestling's kind of cheesy, so let's enjoy it. You know, it's better than Roman Reigns being Superman.
I agree. Having Roman as a side character, and this is cool because you know that like they're gonna do the Ambrose Rollins rivalry for a bit here. Yeah. Still, which is great. Yeah. And then you're gonna have. You're going to have Reigns step up. You're going to have Reigns fight Rollins, and this is going to build to the Shield triple threat that everyone's wanted for the last year.
For sure.
Which is great.
Yep. They could realistically maybe build this to Mania? Like, build a Shield triple threat at Mania?
Depending on what you wanted to do with Lesnar, because he's going to be on Raw tonight.
Oh, snap. Really?
Yep. Lesnar's on Raw tonight. So I'm not sure what direction they're going with him. If they're going to put him back in the title picture, I doubt it right now.
But after he had it for a year and...
I think they're building Rollins right now a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to drop that.
I think that'd be wild.
But no, I mean, the match was great. I literally, like, I had a couple rums or whatever, but like, I literally lost my shit when Ambrose got the pin. And and the music played, and the bottom, like, the card came up with his name and the title, and it was just like, what? No, because... That doesn't make any sense.
It was crazy.
Seth Rollins losing the title to a filler rivalry like this because they haven't built Ambrose to take his title. Nope. Story-wise, you don't have enough build to make it relevant. Like wrestling is about iconic moments, and wrestling is about that vindication and about that good feeling moment for the fans.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you had Mick Foley overcome, you know, I guess he would have been The Rock when he beat the Corporation for his first title in '98, and it was amazing. And like, but that was like his rivalry with Rock spanned years. His, you know, DX's rivalry with the Corporation was a big thing. It was a culminating moment of like 10 years worth of story into this big moment. Yep. Everyone cared. When Daniel Bryan won his title from John Cena at SummerSlam 2013, same thing. It was that moment of like, or like WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania is a better one.
Everyone's begging for that moment. Yeah. Right? So, you know, that's how a title changes hands. That's how you properly switch that. Like Rollins winning against Lesnar and Reigns at Mania. It was a perfect moment.
Cashing in, that was great.
Absolutely. So, I mean, they haven't built Ambrose long enough. I think, to take the title. No. If it was like a year ago where they were rivaling and it was like Hell in the Cell, Seth Rollins versus Ambrose, and like hardcore matches, and like they ran the gambit of main eventing because Daniel Bryan was injured, and they didn't have it. Or no, because Lesnar was holding the title, so they didn't have it on TV. So they were the main event. If that had ended with like a title switch, beautiful, perfect. That
Yeah,
makes sense because your Ambrose is trying so hard, but in this case, it's like Ambrose went, I'm gonna hit him in the face with this chair, so give me a title shot, and they went, okay. And there was a couple weeks of like, I'm gonna arrest you, and we're gonna beat you up, and like there was never really any stakes. It wasn't like, oh man, I can't wait to see Ambrose pummel Rollins, because you got to see it every week anyway. I mean, like,
you hated that so much.
I did.
I didn't mind it nearly as much as I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I totally get that you don't want to see those two guys like touch each other until the big fight.
Right.
I get that. But I don't know. The tag team matches were good in my opinion.
They were. Oh yeah, no, they were good. They were
heelish and sticky, and
yeah.
I thought it was.
No,
fine.
they were good matches for sure.
Yeah,
they were great matches, and you know the exchange they had was good. But Ambrose, who's already rivaled Rollins a bunch,
yeah,
and has lost, then having a bunch of tag team matches, and I was like, okay, well, you're just going to show me that you guys have a moveset that works with each other again. It was like 3 in a row. It was like 2 Raws and a SmackDown they had tag team matches in a row. And it was the same build, because it was Raw and SmackDown.
I think it was only the Raws. I think it was only 2. I don't think it was 3.
Okay,
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Two tag team matches straight, same match both weeks. And it's Ambrose overcoming Rollins in one, and Rollins overcoming Ambrose in another. I get that, but I wanted that moment of, I can't wait to see Ambrose punch Rollins in the face.
Yeah.
And I got that twice in 1 week. So it didn't have the same impact as it could have in my mind.
Could have, but it's also a network exclusive pay-per-view where the title didn't switch hands and you won like kind of heelishly in the end.
Yeah.
Or you retained the title heelishly.
No,
so they're going to build towards that moment, I have a feeling. Where
good, and I hope that's what comes out of this.
Put it in a cell or put it in a cage or something where it's, you're locked in with me kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. I just feel like, if you're going to build any title match, you have to make me care about the characters punching each other.
Yeah.
Or hitting each other, right? And if I'm seeing it every day, then it's not special.
Yep.
And that's my thought on it.
I agree. They only had 2 weeks to build this though. So you can't you can't do it in cheeky sneak shots or like they did a bit with the Ambrose arrested business and that. But,
you're right. That's fair.
So,
that's fair.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I can also see where they were going with it.
Yeah.
How about Ambrose leaving with the title at the end? I haven't brought that up yet.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
so
man.
Good.
That was
and they're out through the crowd.
And I love how they're building that as an Ambrose thing. If he gets if he gets wronged in a match, then he just takes it anyway. He did that with the IC title.
Yep. Yeah.
He walked with it after
he started
Barrett
the whole thing.
Yeah,
he started this whole business and then got.
And like last year, he stole the Money in the Bank briefcase from Rollins because Rollins cheated to win it.
Yeah.
And cheated him out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it. I thought that was great. And when we talk about storytelling and building a story, perfect.
Oh yeah.
Because now I can't wait to see what happens on Raw. Because Rollins is gonna be pissed. The Authority's losing their mind.
Yeah.
And Ambrose is going to be cocky, and he gets the one. Yep.
He's got the. And what did I say last night? Are they near a body of water? Because I hope he throws it, but I know he won't. I hope he does though. I love that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, great. I think a couple weeks ago we had compared Dean Ambrose to Mick Foley, where he's kind of that hardcore. He's stone cold. He's full blown. He's going stone cold right now.
They're building that. Yep.
I dig it. I think he's got
the anti-authority take no shit.
Yeah. But he's also got the hardcore elements where he can show he's
gonna fight.
Love it.
Yeah, no, I love it. Actually, he's never backed down from anything, even if it's dumb. Like that lunatic fringe thing works really well.
Oh, it's so good, and I missed my count. I just realized it.
Oh yeah,
I called four of the through rope upside down bouncy off things. You only did 3.
The other benefit of this rivalry that I'm seeing is it's making people, and like once again Harley made this comment when we were watching as well, but we like Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Right? We're not sure about Roman Reigns. We're still getting there, but we like Dean. And Dean really likes Reigns. So if Dean likes Reigns, maybe we should like Reigns. Because if Dean likes him and we like Dean, right?
Yeah, no.
I really like that Roman Reigns is the back seat on this rivalry, but he's in it, which is fine because Ambrose Dean's backup. But I love that it's like that Reigns is playing the wingman for it.
Yeah,
he's helping a buddy out.
Yeah.
I love that because Roman Reigns isn't being shoved in our faces.
Nope.
He's coming out to be the hero.
He's coming,
when Ambrose needs him, but that's okay.
But it's not a force-fed hero. He's just being a good guy helping a buddy.
Yep, and he's
can't get behind that.
Right, and he's not selling it like, I'm going to come in and save the day because you're weak. you're strong, but these are ridiculous odds. So
Yeah,
I got you back.
It's perfect. It
Yep.
really is using the authority really well to build two other guys.
Yeah, if I ever am in a situation where there are a lot of dudes, beating the crap out of me, I would really hope that you would shotgun cock your fist a couple times.
There is no way I wouldn't.
Like punch the ground like Goku,
Yep.
and and like have my back, because I mean, and that's the story they're telling, right? It's that best friends thing.
Yeah.
So
great.
Great.
It's great.
It's
and
beautiful.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah,
tonight.
I'm excited.
Legitimately
They're doing
can't
this well.
wait.
Yeah.
We're good on that one.
Moving right along.
I'm good on that one. Match of the night, match of the goddamn evening. Don't care what
Kevin
anyone
Owens
says.
versus Cena, and we're gonna pause for a moment here because I'm gonna put in a clip of our reaction to that win. Right here.
Oh!
Whoa! Oh, and attitude adjustment. And
No!
Yes!
What?
Yes!
Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
Holy shit! Fucking
Called it! Called it!
That's epic!
Called it!
Moving on.
Great.
So it was unreal.
reacted so good.
We when we talked, you called Owens winning.
I did.
I thought Owens would lose, but lose the match or
Yep.
win the fight.
Yep.
And
which
I
could see.
I was pleasantly surprised, or more than pleasant. It was fucking unreal.
It was
The last time Cena lost clean was against Lesnar. The time before that was when Bryan beat him for the title. The last time someone debuted on WWE television and beat a top carder would have been Fandango beating Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 29 or something, in the biggest waste of an opening contest ever.
Wow, yeah.
But unreal, like what a great match. Like the amount of spots in that match, the amount of he went for the package pile driver, his old finisher, and like inverted it into a throwing powerbomb thing, and it was awesome because he can't do pile drivers, right?
He hit a springboard moonsault I haven't seen since Bam Bam hit him. Size,
it was a great match.
Phenomenal. He hit a better senton than I saw most people who throw top rope sentons.
Yep.
He was awesome.
Yep.
And Cena was right up there with him.
Yep. No, it was. Cena performed really well. What I liked most about this is that everyone came out looking good. This is like in large contrast to how I felt the Bo Dallas end was.
Yeah, absolutely.
This match, Owens looked strong in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Owens looked technical in the ring.
Beautiful.
Owens looked aggressive in the ring. Owens could tell a story in the ring.
Yeah.
And Owens got on the mic after it and proved he can talk in the ring.
Without even leaving the ring. He hit
didn't
the
take
pin,
a break, didn't get a breather.
Hit the pin, grabbed his belt, grabbed the mic,
and gave a perfect promo. Yeah. And what I liked as well is that when you have someone go over like that, you run the risk of making whoever goes under look weak.
Yeah.
Cena didn't.
No.
What I really liked is that it really felt like I'm hoping on Raw we're going to get something along the lines of Cena going, "I underestimated you.
Yeah.
I did not prepare for that properly. You beat me. Fair enough. I was not prepared. Let's do it again." You know? And then Owens is going to say no, and then they're going to eventually get
They'll
to it.
do a thing, and then, Cena will win, and then hopefully they push it to
a third match.
A third match, which I guess everybody who feuds with Owens gets 3 matches with him.
I guess that's the thing.
So look for mine coming up. I'm hoping soon.
Yeah.
Once he finishes with Cena and Sami Zayn, he's got
Joe,
Samoa Joe,
Balor,
Tommy
potentially.
If it was him, for sure.
Ambrose, they kicked that off on SmackDown last week.
They did the look afterwards, and with commentary kind of
alluding to
an authority,
right? Him and Triple H handing out after he won too. Yeah. I could see that building as well.
Yeah, well, he Triple H tweeted out before the match. Yeah, him and Kevin Owens saying the future is here.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's, I don't know. Yeah, they're kind of leading to that. Who doesn't the Authority feud with? So I mean, if he's got all that in his plate, maybe I'll be on NXT in a couple weeks.
It's possible.
Maybe he'll be on this and feuding with me.
You've been lifting a lot lately.
I have been lifting a little bit.
That's true. That's true. You are almost at like cruiserweight weight caliber. Like you're getting there.
Yeah, I would be a masked wrestler. Although no, Adrian Neville was supposed to be Mighty Mouse.
You probably should be a masked wrestler.
So I should be. That's why I'm doing a podcast, not a video blog, sir.
Moving right along. No, that match was incredible. It was more than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
it put Owens over incredibly.
Yeah. I was hoping it was going to be good. I was hoping it was going to be great.
Yeah.
I expected it to be good.
It overcame
blew
all
all of that out of the water.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic.
Maybe that was part of some of the other matches not being as good either. That match was second.
That's fair.
Okay, it came right after the disappointing tag team elimination chamber match.
Yeah,
that match hits where literally the place exploded.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
it was the Divas match before the Cena match, but either way, yeah.
Was it the Divas match?
It was the third match. Yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter. The point is,
the rest of the night is just how do you live up to that?
Recover.
You know?
Yeah.
How do you live up to that?
I was actually surprised that wasn't the main event. I kind of thought they'd push that up because Cena has more main event cred than Ambrose. So I felt like they might have that be the top, but they're giving
Seth Rollins and the Authority wouldn't let that happen though. He's got to be the picture because he's the poster boy.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I really thought it was gonna be right before though.
Yeah,
I really thought
they
it was
pushed
gonna
it up
be
there.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be that match and then the Rollins Ambrose match.
Yeah.
Which would have been sweet had Ambrose come out and like Owens gave him another look, but that's in my own like personal. I'll believe that happened, and we can just see what happens tonight.
Nope. All right, so I guess that'd be all the matches.
That's all the matches.
I would say overall this was a great pay-per-view.
Yeah.
There were missed spots, there were less than ideal situations, but I was entertained for the entire time.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing more like this. Because WWE is so good at telling a story. That's all we've complained about. The only complaints we had for most matches were, well, there was no real story to that.
Yeah, they didn't continue.
So they're usually really, really good at building a story.
Yeah.
This pay-per-view, it almost seems like they went, yeah, but look, we can wrestle too. We can do the cool spots.
Yep.
We can do all this. First time ever done. First time they ever did that. So let's see what happens.
Yep.
And it's just the product getting better.
Yep. No, I mean you've got a more well-rounded talent roster than you ever have before.
Absolutely, better trainers,
the indie cred,
arguably better trainers.
With the indie cred guys you have, and then with the home built guys that have come up, you have the opportunity to put on New Japan style stiff matches. You have the opportunity to put on ROH style chain spot fests.
Absolutely,
you have the talent that can do it now.
Yeah.
And you have the lineage of storytelling. So you have the potential of having the best product the world can produce.
Absolutely.
Bar none.
Yeah.
Whether you do or not, we'll see how things go.
For sure.
But that pay-per-view was a good start. It was a great start to that idea.
They've been doing fine recently.
Yep.
Even I've said, the product's getting so good. Mm-hmm. It's getting so much better. So
Yep.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Yeah,
here's hoping it keeps going.
I think that's good. Yeah. So so we're gonna do this episode is now done, and then we're probably gonna review the next pay-per-view. But I'm hoping in between then and now we're gonna do some shorter stuff like how would you because I think it'd be fun to discuss just different ideas to how you deal with different wrestling things, like what how would you bring more hardcore into the current
for sure.
style?
Yeah. Well,
how would you repackage Adam Rose?